Hi, Aquarius rising sign. Welcome back to my channel. And today we are exploring the energy from May 4th through May 13th. If you're an Aquarius rising, you are currently the focal point of some of the most intense energy in the sky. With Pluto and Juno moving through your first house, you are undergoing a massive personal evolution. This 10-day window asks you to ground that intensity into your home and daily work. You are moving from a period of deep internal pressure into a more public and relational kind of like harvest. The challenge, potentially making sure your new transformed self still has a home to return to. Let's get into the timing, but before I do that, I would like to invite you to check out my relocation course starting this month. This is going to be a super good course. It's going to be 16 weeks, and I'm going to be showing you minimum 6 techniques to determine the best possible place to live if you want a happier life. And I will also include timing techniques as well. I think relocation is going to become quite a big hit because Uranus is moving into the sign of Gemini. So we can expect that people are going to be migrating even more than ever before. But let's get going on May 4th. A series in Taurus, sextile Jupiter in Cancer, and that's your sixth house. And I think you are finding that when you nurture your private life and your living space, your daily productivity and physical vitality actually can skyrocket. So it's a day where working from home or simply organizing your domestic environment provides that fuel you need for success, especially professional success. So, this is an invitation to nurture your nest. Spend time making your home a sanctuary for your nervous system. Optimize your health routine. Let's do some home cooked, nourishing meals into your work day. And if you can work from a comfortable spot today, especially at home, do it. The results might become more abundant. However, don't ignore your physical needs. Uh, especially like you cannot be functional if you are a little bit sleep deprived. Or don't let the daily grind override your peace. Your home is kind of like a battery. So your work is it should be reflecting your home base in a way, and therefore keep the battery charged. And don't over complicate your chores. Use this steady energy of Taurus to simplify your domestic life. Now, we do have got Mercury also in Taurus, but squaring Pluto and Juno in your first house. And this is a bit of a personal power struggle. So I think you are changing rapidly, but your family, your past, your domestic situation might be trying to hold you to an old version of yourself. And you might even feel this kind of mental conflict between who you were raised to be or to become and who you are becoming. So this is a great day to analyze the family patterns, to kind of see where you are repeating old domestic scripts that no longer fit that new sense of self. Maybe you want to state your boundaries at home. Be clear about your need for space and evolution. And maybe because Mercury is making a sextile to the South Node, you can use that Virgo South Node energy to look at the data of your life, not necessarily just overanalyzing the emotions. But of course, this might be bringing in some topics around sales of properties. Maybe you want to lower the price because you need cash. Obviously, the nodes are in the second and the eighth house. But with that Mercury and Pluto square, we can get very obsessive about our image as well. And you don't have to convince everyone that it's okay to change. Just live the change. And don't let domestic drama kind of derail your growth. Your personal evolution must be one of your priorities, and let's just keep that in mind. And some changes take time to be accepted. Some changes is not going to be liked or tolerated by others. So don't force a family member to kind of try them to like accept you. Now, Pallas Athene makes a conjunction to Neptune in your third house. And this is about you starting to see patterns in how you communicate, patterns in your siblings and neighbors or immediate surroundings. But also, you might have a brilliant, kind of non-traditional idea for a writing project, a podcast, a neighborhood event, a promotion, a sales. And this strategy might be quite intuitive. First, you can go with it. Secondly, don't try to make it make sense to everyone else yet, because it's your idea. But you can start drafting up your message, really. There's a little bit of a dreamy quality with Neptune, but Pallas Athene tries to strategize those dreams. So let's write down those big ideas. And if you have a hunch about someone in your neighborhood or a sibling, kind of follow that pattern. Most likely it's right. And you have got those visionary insights. Um, but sometimes it's all about listening rather than talking because you can start seeing kind of like the hidden lines between conversations as well. It's very easy to get lost in the fog though. So that's why I would keep a notebook handy. These ideas are kind of like fleeting through your mind. So that's why it's good to be writing them down. And also watch out for contracts. Don't go for kind of, vague contracts. Let's ensure that Pallas Athene's logic is actually present. And pay attention to coincidences. Because most likely you will receive quite a few signs. Demeter enters Leo, which is your seventh house, until 6th of August. And this is about partnership harvest. So your relationship somehow becomes the garden, the harvesting point here. So therefore, it's brilliant for collaborations, making romantic or professional connections with others. This is the time to go public. This is a good time to get married for you. It's about reaping the rewards of a collaboration. So maybe it's about you supporting your partner and taking pride in your partner's successes. Maybe offer your warmth and visibility to those you work with. So it's kind of like the generous collaborator type of client, the generous collaborator. And potentially, it's also an invitation to invest time in creating very beautiful shared experiences with others. However, this is definitely not supporting to stay in the self mode. So, and also don't fear the spotlight. If let's say a partner wants to show you off, let them. If you are invited to go on a podcast and stuff like that, then just enjoy the spotlight, really. But also, it's all about nurturing the partner as well, so that the partnership can grow. So therefore, we shouldn't be ignoring relationship needs or the needs of the partner. Back to your fourth house, where the sun is making a sextile to Jupiter. And this is a day where your home life and your work habits are kind of like in a perfect harmony. And most likely you feel more vital, more grounded, even more emotionally secure. But this could be a great aspect to establish a new habit. It's a lucky energy. So we can start a wellness routine. Maybe you want to be inviting a colleague over, making certain type of professional connections with others, or simply it's about celebrating your roots, or even celebrating a little bit your achievements as well. It's so important, I think, in current times that we acknowledge how far we have come from the starting point, and the starting point is the fourth house. This is not a day, though, when we should overwork ourselves. And that could be a danger of Jupiter because sometimes we just need to enjoy our home, right? And maybe it's a quick call or a shared meal with a family member, and that could boost our energy as well. But also watch out for overspending on the house because we might be ending up buying things we don't even need later on. Even Mercury makes a sextile to Jupiter, which is actually very excellent for finalizing home or health related plans as well. So we might be calling up the doctor and then a home visit, or you selling a home. Vesta enters Aries, which is your third house. So this is a dedication to get your message across, or you are very dedicated to a course of yours, so you can commit to learning. But let's watch out because we can become a preacher about your own opinion as well. And then Bacchus enters the sixth house, which is about finding pleasure in your daily tasks, even health routines, like homemade cooking and stuff like that. So you can indulge in a beautiful lunch or a great workout, but this aspect definitely doesn't want you to get too distracted from work. So we can go with that, go overboard. So I think Aquarius, you are doing a bit of a deep internal and domestic clearance, which can create a bit of a tension. I think there could be a significant focus on the other. And once we do that, then actually the relationship department can start to bloom. I think you have got a message to get across, finding pure joy in the rhythm of your daily life. So obviously with Bacchus moving into the sixth house, and if your schedule gets messed up, then it gets very frustrated. So you might want to keep the your diary a little bit kind of airy. I think there is a lot of grounded transformation happening in your chart. And remember, it's all about watering the roots so that you can grow. And hopefully, you found this forecast helpful. So please like the video and subscribe for more, or share it with others. I'm Victor Simon, your professional astrologer, and I will see you in my next forecast. Take care. Bye bye.